Glover with a plus 240 and Jan with a minus 300.
Ooh.
Look at, there's no doubt Jan should be the favorite in this fight, and he is, and that makes sense. But you're always looking at the fights that you say, can the guy who is the underdog win this fight? And there's a lot of ways that Glover can win this fight. So if you're into taking a chance, and I'm not saying don't put a ton of money on it, but this is the ones that I would say, hey, I'd put $40 on Glover to win that fight, because I'm going to get, if I get it, I'm going to get $100 and some back on it. I'm going to have a happy day. So that's the kind of bet that I would do, with Glover being the underdog with a chance of winning the fight.
Yeah, see, I'm the opposite, John. I go $100 at least. And I'd be like, yo, because I believe, like you said, like we said, is that if Glover can survive that first round, potentially force a takedown, get a takedown early in the fight will drastically change throughout the next round in his direction. Like, honestly, you know how they do the between the rounds betting? Yeah. Like, that's something you guys should start preparing yourself for. Because if he gets a takedown early in that fight, and they do between the rounds bet, the odds are going to start to change. They're going to start, and if they're not changing, you guys need to start jumping on that bet. Yeah, because that's the one thing that I look at, is if he gets it early and he starts dominating that top position, you start seeing he has success in that first round, you should expect those odds to start changing. If they're not changing, start putting some money down on Glover, because I'm telling you right now, he's got heavy hips, he's got vicious ground and pound, and what he does, he forces the fighter in the direction to help set up his side choke. He's good in that top position. He's got all the tools you need once he gets on top to finish that fight. So I'm just keeping you guys informed. That's what I'm here for. So you guys make some money. That's what I'm talking about.
Let's go, Dave.
Next fight is Cody Sandhagen and Petr Yan. How do you say it?
Petr.
Yan is a minus 225 and Sandhagen is a plus 185.
Again, Corey Sandhagen's got a chance to win in that fight. You know, this is one that you could say he can win that fight, but at what was Jan at?
Minus 225.
225. See, as long as it's below 250, I'll take that if I believe that's the guy that's going to win, and that's the guy I think that's going to win the fight. So that's where I would put my money.
So you'd bet 225 to win 100?
I'd go -2. I'd put the 225 down to win 100.
Yeah.
On Jan.
Yeah, I'd probably do the same. Yep. Next,
third fight in the main card.
Wait. Let's go back to that fight. So the reason why I would do it also, you have to look at it as well. Corey had 4 weeks. That's still, I don't feel like it's not enough time. We're talking about preparing for that top level of guys. Remember, you're splitting it by a fraction. Like, say the top 4 guys, 3 guys, it's like 1%, 2% split on whether you win or not. Like, if the guy comes in and has a bad day or just isn't feeling his normal self, he could lose the fight. So if Petr Yan comes in, or if Corey not having a full camp, that will make a difference. I don't know how much of a difference it'll make, but it will make a difference. And that's already difficult enough to have a full camp and have to fight Petr Yan. So if I'm going to take that bet, I'm going to go based off of that Corey Sandhagen wasn't able to have a full camp. As the fight goes on even longer, it's not going to favor him because he didn't have a chance to have a full camp. And I know he's training all the time, but it's not the same as a full camp. And then also Petr Yan being who he is. And his one loss to Magomedov, but then that to me is really his only real loss. So when you look at that, he's also very driven right now to get back to that title. He's waiting. This is for the interim title, I believe, correct? He's waiting for that. Just say, hey, I've secured my position now that Aljo has no choice but to fight me. I believe he's going to come out on fire. He's going to have a good fight. I'd bet the 225 as well.
Fourth fight, sorry, what do we say? Third fight on the main card is Islam at a minus 600 and Dan Hooker at a plus 400.
See, they just took that fight away from me. I don't do that one.
Yeah. Well, here's the reason why I don't do it. I don't bet on my friends.
That's okay.
I don't do that.
You do bet on your friends. You're a liar.
Nah, I just do it privately. I don't do it on air. I don't do it on air. Oh man,
it's all good.
Yeah, but also too, those odds, I ain't betting on that.
No,
I'm not putting 400 down. Yeah, I'm not putting 100 down to win 400 because it's just the chances are very slim, especially if Islam, even on I wouldn't say a bad night, but it is not on his best performance. I think he still beats him. So,
okay.
Next.
The fourth fight is Marcin Tybura versus Alexander Volkov. Volkov is at a minus 290 and Tybura at a plus 230.
See, that's one I'll take right there. I will take Marcin Tybura all day long because that is an underdog that's got good odds that can definitely win the fight.
Yeah.
He has his strengths in this that are better than Volkov's. Volkov has his strengths, and he is a large man with a long reach, but I'll take Tybura in that fight all day long with those.
Yep. Yeah, I'll do the same. I'll take the same. Is there one more on there?
Yep, one more in the main card. Lee versus Hamza. Hamza is a minus 560, and Lee is a plus 385.
Yeah.
Not going to touch it because I think Chimaev is going to beat him. So.
Yeah, it's just too much to risk. I'm not betting $500 to $100. And Chimaev, sure he can, and he probably most likely will, even off of a year.
But he's also coming off a year layoff, and he was sick, and so you never know.
Yeah, you don't know what his lungs are like. You don't know how he actually really feels. So who knows?
If there's one thing you can say about Lee, look, Lee's a gamer, and he's got a lot of cardio, and he fights hard the whole time. So if things don't go well for Chimaev early, he could find himself in a longer fight, being exhausted. It's a possibility.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Go to mybookie.ag. Use the promo code weighing in. Get that little extra spending cash, okay? And hopefully we gave you guys and dropped you guys some knowledge that you guys can use to make yourself some money. If you guys did make some money, hit us up in the comment section. Say, yo, I want some money off you guys' bet. Or say, if you guys lost money, I don't want to hear about it, okay? No complaining, okay?
100% agree.